Law of the land. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves to spoils in Saurian burrows where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tokyo, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the providence of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The vulture is a slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Hustle Ally would be ideal. I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that will expose him at the criminal. There's no way to tell if whether he's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. Or won't he simply foreign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. Old fashioned, though. A duel. That approach didn't work so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wiggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duel and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'd be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? Man, just grab him by the back of the head and just throw him around. That's what we'll do to the vulture. Make him regret his decisions. As long as we get the bracelet back. That bracelet's really important to you, huh? Don't worry. I'll see to it that you get it back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Yami, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to Hasarana. Once you get the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright. Then let's go. Yeah, we could just break his kneecaps. We could shatter his kneecaps like glass. Like a chair going through glass. Like a glass window. And he would not be able to do anything about it. You know, we're likely that It's doing. It's his angle. And then there's the brat. It's past time I dealt with him. What's this? An unfamiliar face in these parts. Yeah, have you need of the dust watch, sir? Zakro tried to rob you, but you apprehended him? I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. Awful. Yeah. Serious thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Yeah. Why would we stop? Why is this part of the story? Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist. To a thriving Sororium mining industry, the prosperity of each coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Yeah. Is this the place? I don't see him. Just a little further. Let's see. Very well. What was the point of this? How are we gonna get him convince him to go all the way there? I don't even want to go all the way there. I'm just saying. Why can't we just? We could literally throw him in there, and it would be game over instantly. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best be wary of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on Solarium, but for you, I reckon they make an exception. The place then? I'm still learning my way around. You're starting to catch on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's this? Just it? This better be the place. Remember now? I want to remember. My patience wearing awfully, sir. If he isn't in the next place we stop to do something, you and I would both dearly regret. Really? Maybe that's what we want. The Serpent Lord starts. Oh, the chain is active, apparently. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw, needles and all. Cut the chit-chat. And give me the one! Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Zekola? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Where could he? I've had it with you. Hey, wanna? You looking for me? If you want to place me on arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. Whee! You'll be begging for yourself by the time I'm done with you.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw.
Yeah.
You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Let's see what we got here.
Hey, that's my jewelry.
And my bag!
So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shisenowetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vow Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
Well, then you better put the cuffs on yourself, because you would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Woohoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Oh, go have a duel!
Woohoote, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
Let your pistols do the talking!
The old fashioned.
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
And I've seen some baby alpacas fight.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
At least we know the rubber bullets, so nobody can actually die. Oh. Now they even got the tumbleweeds and everything. The heck is that? Jesus!
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
Man, we really are in the West,
I
aren't we?
apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go.
Wow.
As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wihute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakua? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuk Lamott's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
That ended up being rather more complicated than expected. But all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. On track. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to the springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Man, they really be doing the whole Western thing out here. Jeez. What's that? Owl's Pioneer Bargain. My bracelet, thank you. Thank you very so much. This is more than just a gift. It's a part of me I can never hope to replace. Truly, Rock Lamont is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond. Though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Kiwakana and Limine. If it wasn't for you believing in Zikoa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. I have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard when they put behind bars. We'll never give up. We never gave up hope that Zikoa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now and lacking in strength. Besides, some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dust Watch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day, so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right? Right. And you'll teach us how to draw your pistol so fast, won't you? Oh, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. Matt, you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though. Do let me know if there is any way I could be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended, didn't I tell you? What? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. The earthquake. It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. Time to go see. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. Let me guess. I have a feeling we're not going to be getting any tacos, and we certainly aren't going to be riding on a train. It's just... It seems people aren't too happy about the train delays. Time to go see what's going on.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
What? Saurian explosion?
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand, too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the 2 volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zapia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
God, that voice going with that is just crazy. That accent and everything, just like, what? Oh, no way!
Something the matter?
It's the other half. Oh. It's like being back in Shadowbringers for a moment. Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do
For
is
that
help us
one
procure timber.
They knew what they were doing with this scene.
We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get.
I mean, when I looked at him the first time, I was like, "Wait, isn't this?" And then they showed that it's
In
like,
these
"Oh,
parts, that means the trees in the
that Shadowbringer moment."
It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first.
Huh?
Come on, no time to waste.
Huh. Though no smaller number live in Stronghold 9. I must confess that I've never visited the home of a Hespero. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. And there it is, 96. Finally, come, let's follow her. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot. But you can still see it from outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the windows, you could probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering, seems. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. We'll see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station on the way, after all. I mean, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see the true train. There's the train tracks. Oh. Wait a sec. This looks just like a train! I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy must it be to ship goods throughout the wilds now? Right. Meadow should be on the northwest. Northwest to here. Let's continue. Nope, we're going over there. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Stolen. But I know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after overpowering cerulean of any springs. The waters nearby are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Hadwar, Chief of Oh my goodness. And this is my son, Sepita. A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome and apologize for the sudden intrusion. I am Walika, Station Master of Expeditoral's Railings. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks and we require timber to make repairs. This is Ronald and Aaronvale, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You are a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of fresh fruit, but not of any sort of which I am familiar. I gather you are not from these lands. I'm a traveler of the star. Truly, I would love to know more of you and the lands you have seen. I'm told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Haseo, in particular, have done much to guide our way in life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads. The Haseo teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason I believe that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see that word, Haseo. It means leader of souls in the Hisaro tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hisaro among the Hisaro. Here, we look to the Aranik for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of aetherites, while we are committed to our tradition, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests such a long way, and my son is always So delightful to hear their tales. Now, if you follow me. I would speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Runic have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament is becoming erratic of late. A stableman near Henry mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions, since others were drawn to this land by Cerulean. Kaloni has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Renics are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains will cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Histaro, but all of Charlone. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Val Koana? Val Koana, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently, how shall we put it with this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. Mind your tongue, Well, while there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed for him, but about it. He's a bit awkward, so he tends to get misunderstood. He's a passionate man who cares for his people. His journeys have changed him for the better. So in the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes? Ronald fought beside Val Koana in the Rite of Succession. I'd take his word over rumors. You took part in the Rite of Succession? You're that close to the Dawn Servants? I was grateful for any help, but I had no idea I recruited a bona fide hero. The secession of Dawn Servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. Now we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Val Koana for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I am hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for the timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Renegnick foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad. And if it be, we'll seek Val Koana's counsel. My thanks again for your time in the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. Are we really going to be carrying it like that? Or more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we'll need to transfer it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we to be giving so much. Mind waiting here for the spell while I round up a few more hands in the morning? I won't be long. What are you talking about? Let me just carry it. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Just give me the timber. The land would tremble. Oh, wait. We could get started moving the timber somewhere before accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Delivered. What? Oh, it's one of them. I'm willing to fail this just so I can have a picture of this moment. I need this in my life. Hang on. There we go. There we go. I need that in my life. Just be... So dumb. I should think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. We'll see to the rest. Once we repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? I'd love to make it so there aren't any spots available. What? You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid. But you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and no few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right that they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And Neto Wikiri will be driving. No engineer compares to her. It's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shitsa. And we've still more to do. Huh? I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shalonia you're keen to see, I'll leave it to you. Did we ever? No, we didn't even attune to this. Got that one. Got that one. I've only got like about 4 or 5 hours left. I have to stop. Had your fill of the sights? Well, they appear to have almost finished. I'm telling you in session. I recommend you send us sufficient time. Oh.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Tural. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yassolani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yassolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Not another one!
You can't be serious.
Why is the sky darkening? What the? the...
Gods have mercy.
Of course, I'm looking the completely wrong way. Things are happening. Whoa. That's new. That's not to be there. That should not be there.
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train, Nitobekwe and the others.
My home lies that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
What is that? Oh! That's not good.
What in the world? Are they heading for Tuliolal?
Now we have two problems to deal with. Oh, we need to get back. What a...
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone.
What the?
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me, please! Oh.
Bastard!
What the...
What did it just do?
What?
safety. I'll hold the line here. Pull back to the palace. Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bakul Jaja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to taste my blade next?
What the? Nice
That
outfit.
you should still live.
Wow, that took so long to make the bat. Wait, that's not right. Sorry, my controller died.
Zoralcha?
Sorry. There we go. I'm connected now. Hopefully.
By the gods, what has happened to you?
This is your butchery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
Oh.
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tuliolol and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
No, my ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve. This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Ozoralja is strong. He has never been Father's equal in combat.
I don't know, this might change. This might change with this new getup he's got.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Okay.
Farewell, Sorelja, my son. And forgive me.
I figured as much. It's just gonna bring him back. A living machine.
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Papa?
Even the blessed are mortal. Father! You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us. I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did, Father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Sriracha, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
No, you can't die. You can't. Jeez. Times for tears. Fine. Alright, I'm gonna take a tiny little break and then we'll continue.